Hey, hello survivors. I just want to do a quick status update since I've been relatively quiet recently. Before getting into that, I want to let you guys know about something we're doing tonight. So my D&D group is live streaming our session that we're going to be playing, and that's going to be starting around 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. So if you can find us on Twitch, feel free. We'd love to have you come in, chat with us a little bit, keep us company. Our channel over there is Tabletop to Keyboard. And that's tabletop, the number 2 keyboard, all kind of run together. And I'll put a link in the description of the video down below. So hopefully you'll see some of you. Okay, so there's obviously been a lot going on in the last few weeks for me. For most people, you know, it's the holiday season, so there's a lot of traveling, a lot of hanging out with family, and, you know, just all the stuff that kind of goes along with that. So hopefully you're enjoying your holiday season. I know Christmas is coming up. For a lot of us, that's a big holiday, so enjoy that. And on the plus side of things that have been going on recently, I managed to graduate. So I've got my bachelor's degree in computer science now, and yay! That's a pretty big deal for me. I've been really, really quite happy to hear that. Let's see. So because of that, I've been applying for jobs, and a lot of my time has been going to that. So a lot of applying, filling out forms, trying to do interviews, you know, all that kind of good stuff. And so far, kind of mixed results on that. Hopefully something will come in soon. But obviously that's where most of my energy has been, and hope you guys understand. So in other news beyond that, I really wanted to just kind of get this video out since I haven't been putting anything out recently. Just kind of give you a heads up of what's been going on. And to say, you know, again, thank you for all the new subs, the likes, the views. There's been a lot of activity on the site, and, you know, in spite of the fact that I haven't really been posting anything. And I definitely want to be putting out new videos for you as soon as I can. Unfortunately, I've been having some family emergency stuff popping up, and I haven't been in a good mood. So, you know, it's really hard to put together an entertaining video for you, good gaming experience that I think you guys will just have fun watching when I've been pretty much not enjoying any gaming experience for the last couple weeks. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about that here at the end of the video, assuming some of you guys really aren't probably interested in a vblog kind of thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if you're not interested in a vblog or venting and just kind of chit-chatting, this is your time to probably exit the video. I think from here, I'm just going to kind of go ahead and, you know, riff a little bit, just talk a little bit, and kind of give you a little bit more detail about what's been going on. So, let's see, a couple weeks ago, my grandmother, she's 94, she went into the hospital, and, you know, it's one of those things you've been kind of dreading for a long time. You know, I've had a lot of time to really sit and think about, you know, what this is going to be like. And so I live up in Chicago. She's down in Evansville, Indiana, which is a pretty substantial drive. It's about 6 hours. And so we got the news that she was in the hospital and that it was seeming, you know, pretty bad. So my sister and I drove down, met my my parents and some of my extended relatives out there. And, you know, we went through all of the, you know, like end of life stuff. And big part of it for me is that, like, a lot of my family isn't super stable emotionally, so I always end up in the position of having to kind of take care of everyone, and it's taken a lot out of me. So a lot of what I ended up doing was helping my grandmother fill out her end of life care wishes and filling out the paperwork for all that, which, as you could probably imagine, is pretty tough. And it's just been really strange for me because this grandmother of mine, she's the type that, you know, never complains about anything. Like, I've never heard her say she was in pain. I've never heard her complain about being sick. You know, she was gardening and stuff up until recent years. Like, she's an outdoorsy person. She's tough as nails, you know. And this whole period of time, I've been kind of faced with her, you know, crying a lot. And for her to say that she's in a pain level of like 7 out of 10 is like just unreal. Like, I can't fathom what that must be, because for anyone else, you know, her too would probably kill them, you know. So it's been really tough. And, like I said, I've kind of come back since then. Well, I guess I should tell the rest of that. We basically kind of got through all this stuff. The doctors didn't really have a good explanation of what was going on. I have a fair amount of medical history, knowledge anyway. So I was kind of grilling the doctors a lot, trying to figure out what was happening. And, none of the symptoms and stuff lined up. There was just not much that made sense. And she wasn't really able to go through any surgeries or any kind of invasive kind of procedures to kind of fix things. So this is kind of, the end of the road. And so I don't know, it was just a lot of uncertainty. But anyway, they decided to give her oxygen, and they were of the mind that she was okay with some pain meds and that she would just be able to go home. And so they sent her home. My sister and I set up a bunch of like home care stuff for my grandma. So we have somebody coming out to help clean up and help her get groceries and, make sure she's taking her medication and stuff like that. But as you can expect, she's the type that will refuse any help. So I guess she's been sending them away, won't let them come into the house. So that's been fun. But anyway, she went back home. So the family and I, we all went our separate ways, went back home. On the way home, got a flat tire, so that was fun. And from there, the very next day, turns out she basically had something go wrong with her heart, and she went back into the hospital. So it turns out she's got some like AFib situation going on and a bunch of other stuff. It's complicated, but to say this has been kind of an emotional roller coaster would be kind of an understatement at this point. And it's one of those things where it's like you kind of get yourself set up and ready for a major event to occur, and then it doesn't happen, and it's weird. It's like this ugly feeling of, not wanting your loved one to be in pain, and having that guilty feeling of, wishing things would just be done, Horrible thought. But at any rate, like I said, that's got me in a weird mood. I'm sure some of you guys can understand, but so along in the middle of all this occurring, me being at the hospital with my grandma, I got emails from the school, and it was the first email was, we're reviewing your degree progress. About 30 minutes later, I get an email saying like, oh, you missed this class, this class, this class, this class. You don't meet this requirement, this one, so we're rejecting your graduation. So, I went into the hospital with that on my mind. I was like, fuck, and I guess while I was in there, within like 30 minutes, I got another email that said, oh, congratulations, we received your application. Here are the next steps you need to take. I was like, okay, what's happening here? And then like 20 minutes later, it's like, oh, congratulations, you've graduated. So, everything has been like that, where it's this huge up and this huge down and just drama, like constantly. And I'm just kind of exhausted with it. So yeah, since then I've been trying to get my mind on other things and, making calls to family and letting them know what's happening and all that stuff. But at the same time, trying to kind of go on with my life, do some of these applications, fill things out. And, I've sat down to try to record a couple episodes of various games, and I don't know, like Fallout 76, I was having a good time with it. Since it's been launched, I played a fair amount, but none of it felt like it was good for content. I don't know, like the little snippets of story and stuff are kind of cool. The gunplay is fun, but it didn't really feel like there was much to the game, which is a big disappointment. I don't know if it's just because it's the things that are going on in my life right now, or that it's seasonal depression time or whatever, or the game is just crap, But at any rate, I just haven't really enjoyed it enough to really make video for you. And then likewise, I filmed a bunch of footage for the other game I'm playing, Pathfinder Kingmaker, which a lot of you guys are probably here for. And that last episode I put out, episode 14, was the first bit of it. And I've recorded like, I think 2.5 more hours after that. So a couple episodes worth. And I keep rewatching it and I'm just not having any fun at all. And it kind of comes across in the video. And so I don't know, I'm thinking about just kind of scrapping all of it and coming back to it fresh at some point later. So I don't know, it's just like the energy of it was just not there, you know. And like I said before, I want to make sure I'm putting out stuff that you guys are going to enjoy. But to that effect, I don't know, I've been kind of in a weird state of mind even recently before all this stuff kind of went, that the games themselves stopped being the type of fun I was enjoying. And I kind of go through like waves of like where I'm really excited about making videos and having a good time with it. And then other times where I'm like, God, I just want to play the game, or I don't want to play the game, but I should play the game because I need to put out content, you know? And it's a weird headspace to be in. So I don't know. For me, it's like watching all the sub counts rise and like all the viewership just suddenly explode. Like everything in my head is saying like, this is clearly the time you need to start putting out lots of content and just like ride the wave, see where it goes. But it's also the exact time my brain was like, dude, you're done. Just stop. You know, this is crazy. You don't need to be playing right now. So I hope you guys understand, you know, where I'm coming from. And this, so far, I'm just kind of paying attention to what I'm saying. It's all over the place and it's very incoherent right now, but that's just kind of where I am right now mentally. So, you know, it's just been a lot of introspection, reflecting on what I'm doing in my life at the moment, the amount of time I'm hanging out with friends and family, and, you know, what I'm putting back into different aspects of my life, you know, whether it's relationships or now that school's over, that's a huge vacuum of time. These transition periods in life are very complex, and I'm sure that's playing into it quite a bit. You know, this sudden, you know, kick in the ass saying like, it's time to go do something else with your life. You know, you're no longer working in one field. You're about to jump into a new one where, you know, you don't have any experience and you don't have anything to fall back on. And it's weird. You know, it's a big difference for me. So I'm not a student anymore, which when I became a student, that was a big shock and like difficult for me because I'm an older guy. And then for me, leaving an industry of like where I've been working for 10 years, you know, I've been a massage therapist for 10 years, and it's going to be weird transitioning out of having certain types of work, certain experiences with people, and just being comfortable with your skill set, your experience, and your talent. Now, I'm very confident in my coding skills, but there's this huge part of me that it worries about it. You know, like, I guess it's that standard imposter syndrome, you know, that you hear about all the time in multiple industries. But, you know, it feels like like I'm sneaking into an industry a little bit, you know. But I know I shouldn't feel that way. I should just be ready to go, just get to work and, you know, be excited about new things that are happening. It's just it's tricky. So I don't know. I feel like I could probably ramble on for hours. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I've been thinking about a lot of you know, like philosophical stuff, and I can gab on for hours and hours and hours about philosophy and just states of mind and, you know, personality and, you know, life events and stuff. But I probably won't here because this is a gaming channel, and I doubt many of you guys really actually care to hear any of that stuff. So I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Anyway, if you got to this point, wow, amazing. But I hope to see some of you guys tonight at the D&D session. Again, that's tabletop to keyboard. We'll be on Twitch, and that's going to be live streamed at around 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we usually go until midnight or 1 o'clock. So hope to see you there. Anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for the patience, and happy holidays.